What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. In this video, I've got another really interesting NIO update for you guys. So we've got some pretty interesting bets on NIO's options chain that suggest that NIO is going to go to the $100 price point by the beginning of 2022, which would put its market cap at about $150 billion. Now, I don't think that that is going to be it for NIO's growth. I think that we could see NIO at a lot higher of a price point in the long term, but we also got some news over this weekend about NIO that could send it going higher over the next couple of trading days if the overall market allows some growth out of these hyper growth stocks that we have been talking about on this channel. So before we get into all of that information, if you guys would like to earn 2 free stocks with Webull, make sure you check out that link in my description. All you have to do is deposit $100 after you set up your brokerage account, and you get 2 free stocks valued up to $1,850, and I get a free stock as well. So it's a great way if you guys want to help out the channel. And if you guys enjoy the information that I provide for you in this video, make sure you go down and hit that like button. It costs you nothing to do it, but it really helps out this channel a whole lot. And if you want to see more videos like this, make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on that notification bell so you're notified every time I post a new video, so you get to stay up to date on all of your favorite stocks, learn about a couple of new ones, and see exactly which options I am trading and which strategies I am using to trade them. So looking at the chart of NIO, we are seeing it in somewhat of a downward consolidation period, but I think we could see NIO bounce. We're seeing it come down, bounce up, come down, bounce up. So right now, the overall market conditions aren't great. In my opinion, I think we are going to see the 10-year treasury go over 2% sooner than a lot of people are expecting. And the market, I don't think, is going to take that very positively, but it's not going to be any sort of massive crash. I think we could see a couple of days like we've seen over the past couple of weeks where the NASDAQ falls 3% or some sort of correction like that. But after the 10-year crosses that threshold, there's really nowhere else that it really could go. I mean, it could skyrocket higher, but other than that, I think we are in the clear in the short term. We've heard a lot of good comments from Jerome Powell. He doesn't really see a massive problem. He was cautiously optimistic about the economy, and I think that's really great for long-term investors. So let's take a look at this big NIO bet on this options chain. So coming down to the January 21st, 2022 expiration date, we're going to be looking at these 100. So the open interest on these contracts is a bit interesting. It's 20,226. Well, an open interest is essentially the amount of contracts that are out in the market that have not been exercised or closed. So you can interpret this as these are the amount of contracts that people are holding in their brokerage accounts at the current time. And scrolling over here, the volume is the amount of contracts bought and sold within a given day. So we can see that on Friday, almost 1,700 of these contracts were traded. So there's a decent amount of action on these deep out of the money contracts for NIO with time. So if NIO was able to get to this price point by coming out with some great news and keep increasing the revenue numbers through the delivery sales and come out with more expansion news, I think it is possible that we could see NIO a little bit more than double over the next 8 months. So now let's get into one of these bombshell pieces of news that I've seen a couple of other YouTubers talk about, and I think that they're blowing it a little bit out of proportion. So they've called this a Chinese Tesla ban, and that's just not what it is. So China is going to be restricting Tesla use by military and state employees. Now, the reason for this is that they think that the use of Tesla cars could be a source of national security leaks. So they are going to be restricting the use of these Tesla vehicles by these employees. Now, is it possible that this could decrease Tesla's car sales in China over the long term? Absolutely. Tesla has come out and said that about 47% of all of their vehicle sales will be coming from China in the coming years. And NIO really is trying to take more of a market share on their home turf. So this is actually bullish for NIO, but I don't think we are going to see a massive move off of this news. It's not like China came out and said, hey, we are not going to allow Teslas in our country anymore. They're just restricting it for military use. So coming down a little bit further, we can see China's government is restricting the use of Tesla's vehicles by military staff and employees of key state-owned companies, citing concerns that the data the cars gather rather could be a source of national security leaks, according to people familiar with the effort. The move follows a government security review of electric vehicle makers' products, which Chinese vehicles said raised concerns because Tesla's vehicle's camera can record images constantly, the people said, and obtain data including when, how, where the vehicles are being used, as well as the contact list of mobile phones synced to them. Beijing is concerned that some of the data could be sent back to the US. Now, this is a fair point that the Chinese government is making, but Elon Musk has come out and said that this is just not the case. So I really don't think this is going to be a big deal over the long term, but this could provide a spot for NIO to come in and gain even more market share in China than they previously have. So NIO already has great technology in their vehicles, which is why their valuation is so high at the current time. We saw them deliver only 47,000 vehicles in 2020, with their only market being China. Now, I want you guys to think about how many of these military and state employees actually use Tesla. So is it 1,000? Is it 1,500? Is it at the high point 5,000 of these military employees use Teslas, and that could get transferred over to NIO? That 5,000 vehicle increase that could be given to NIO, Xpeng, or Li, I really don't think is going to be a massive valuation boost where we could see NIO run up 20% because of this news. But NIO is also planning on moving into Europe in the second half of 2021, which could further increase their sales. And I think that this is going to be the biggest part of NIO's growth over the next couple of quarters. So NIO is going to begin exporting electric vehicles to Europe in the second half of 2021. So coming down a little bit further, NIO is planning to start exporting to Europe in the second half of 2021, the CEO, William Li, said in a web conference. So following the European foray, the company is reportedly eyeing expansion into other international markets in 2022. So that could be the United States. We've seen a couple of LinkedIn job postings that suggests NIO really wants to get into the United States market over the next couple of years. Now, we've also seen the new analyst report from Edison Yu at Deutsche Bank with a conversation with NIO's CFO that they are planning on creating a whole new brand that is going to target the high volume, low cost market. So it's going to be more of a affordable vehicle for their consumers, which is going to massively increase the sales numbers that we are going to be seeing out of NIO, which could really boost its valuation in the long term, in my opinion. And we are seeing in Europe, the electric vehicle sales are rapidly increasing. So the proportion of electric vehicle sales has risen very quickly in Europe in 2020, and in Norway, electric vehicles accounted for about 50% of total vehicle sales. So this is very big. At the current time, Tesla is the top dog over there in Europe for these electric vehicle sales. I've seen a couple of videos from some other YouTubers that show just how many Teslas are out on the road, and it seems like every corner there's Teslas on every single road. So Tesla's doing a great job over in Europe, and I don't see any reason for why NIO can't come in and gain a significant amount of market share. Now, what NIO is also going to be able to need to do to get into the European market effectively is to infiltrate and get their battery swapping stations out into the market and on the roads in a very significant fashion. So coming over here, NIO actually signed an agreement with state-owned infrastructure firm to accelerate battery swap station construction, and this is going to be in China. So this is the second time that we have seen that NIO really advance the amount of battery swap stations that they want to put out in the market in 2021. We've seen them come out with a number of 500 battery swapping stations in the Chinese market in 2021, but with all of the different cooperations that NIO is engaging in getting into this year, I think that number could be much higher. So taking a look here, on March 19th, NIO Power Beijing, a subsidiary of NIO, so NIO has a bunch of subsidiaries, they also have a private equity arm as well, held a signing ceremony with state-owned infrastructure company Beijing Shufa Industrial and Trading Co. at the NIO Center in Oriental Plaza. Under the 5-year strategic cooperation agreement, the two companies agreed to cooperate in the construction of battery swap stations along the Beijing Capital Ring Expressway. So NIO is trying to target this Beijing area in a big way to start. So we also saw NIO's rumors that they were going to be partnering up with Sinopec, which is an absolutely huge oil and gas provider in China. They have about 30,000 gas stations, and there have been some rumors. Some people have said that they're confirmed. Some people say that they have not been confirmed, but the first NIO battery swapping station at a Sinopec gas station is supposed to be put up in Beijing on April 14th. I think it was the date. So it's mid-April that this is supposed to be coming, and a further agreement could be coming later. Since Sinopec has about 30,000 gas stations across China, if NIO is able to get their battery swapping stations at just 5 or 10% at all of these gas stations, that would mean that NIO would be able to put up 1,500 to 3,000 battery swapping stations just from this Sinopec agreement. That is a massive increase over what NIO has put out for their goal for 2021. This battery swap model with these battery swapping stations could be the next big thing in electric vehicle advancement. So think about what's going to happen once these NIO vehicles reach full autonomy and these robo-taxis are put in place. There's not actually going to be a driver in these vehicles, and the vehicles will be able to pull themselves into the bay, get the swap, and go back out onto the market. I think that in the future, we're actually going to see these battery swapping stations be able to perform some low-level maintenance on all of the cars out in the market. Now, NIO doesn't also only make cars. If you guys have seen what NIO can actually do, they're actually in private equity. They're making some NIO houses too. So this company is a lot bigger than a car company. Now, people say that about Tesla too. They're mainly an energy company, but NIO offers a lot more, in my opinion, than Tesla does, and could have a lot more upside. So I think that NIO getting to the $100 price point is very possible over the next couple of quarters, but they do need to continue on the current trajectory that they are on. So that is going to be it for this update on NIO. If you guys enjoyed the information that I provided for you in this video, make sure you go down and hit that like button. Again, it costs you nothing to do it, but it helps me out a whole lot on this channel and getting this information out to as many people as possible. And if you guys would like to see more videos like this, make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on that notification bell so you're notified every time I post a new video, so you get to stay up to date on all of your favorite stocks, learn about a couple of new ones, and see exactly which options I am trading and which strategies I am using to trade them. So I hope you guys are having a great weekend, and I'll see you guys in the next video.